Given the subject matter, I'd say we're entitled to listen in.
Pops, Dad?
Many of Karnak's residents have been saved thus far as a result of your efforts.
Apparently all of them.
Our differences aside, I speak from the heart when I say we are grateful to Karja.
It's for that exact reason that we've been so forthcoming with our cooperation. But then we heard what you said just now.
Karja identified herself as the Grieger's liege. Should that truly be the case, we will have to reconsider our involvement.
Pops, are you freaking serious?
This should come as no surprise. I am the mayor of Karnak, after all. We can't very well join hands with the same band who leveled our town.
Look, we still can't say any of this for sure yet.
That's right! Not even Karja herself has sorted it out!
And besides, think about everything we've gone through together! Adel and Karja were the ones who rescued you both in the first place!
I understand the point you're trying to make, but the fact of the matter is that the Sandras was just bombarded by the Balta Sea Force. What do you suppose would become of us were we to stay this course?
Ahem. Cruz, I've been letting this slide up till now, but it's high time you took a fresh look at things. You're a smart kid, my boy. This shouldn't be a tough decision to make.
But... Hello. Mind if I cut in?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer all your questions. Everything you wanted to know about this spice of narrative and this, like, surprising act, I'll explain all of it.
A Grieger?
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you can forgive this little disturbance. Might I prevail upon you to humor me with a momentary truce?
Logr.
What are you doing here, brother? I mean, I know what you're doing here, but, you know, for the sake of the story.
I simply assumed you sought clarification from me.
This guy.
But my, isn't this just the most delicious of developments? Why, merely standing before you has me awash in goosebumps. Karja, you are indisputably the latest in our liege's lineage. Rather an enigma how we failed to notice as much for all this time.
Indisputably, he says.
It can't be. Well, if I really am Rolo, then what comes next?
In hindsight, it makes sense that they would do a twist like this in a way, because, like, the whole thing of, like, Karja hating Grieger and everything and fighting them the whole time, and it I don't know, I guess I could see them doing a twist like this, but the actual execution feels a little lackluster. Maybe my opinion will change with what Logr is about to say and, like, the rest of the game in general. But I can't say I'm impressed as of now.
Ah, yes. For the time being, what say we have you meet with Lady Leela?
Yes, that would clear things up a lot.
As our liege, Karja has every right to meet with Lady Leela. I'd say you're better served posing your whys to her directly. Not to mention, it would be ill-advised for our liege to remain with the Sandras. The spooky, scary Balta Sea Force is out on the bloodthirsty hunt after all.
Land sakes!
What's your take, Shield Brother?
I think we have no choice. It might be a ruse, but we also have no choice. By the way, Logr, like, basically breaking the fourth wall and acknowledging that the story, like, hasn't really been much until, like, this very moment is both amusing and kind of sad to the story's detriment, but, like, it is kind of amusing in a sense. Only option.
Aye. It could land us right into Logr's trap, but you have to meet with Leela either way. Right, Adel?
The chapter said so.
Excellent. It would seem you have your decision.
Karja, you can't!
What she said! There's no reason to believe a word out of this guy's mouth! Here's an idea. To the fair people of the Sandras, I will impart a gift. The heck's this? A sunstone. An ancient tool that's certain to be of use to your ilk. With it, navigating even the depths of the White Shade will prove a trifling matter. This, in turn, will allow you to reach Serena's Island in the Marine Triangle, where Lady Leela awaits.
Why are you giving this to us?
If you're going to exit the main stage, the least you can do is play the part of a rapt audience, though that doesn't quite seem to be your inclination, given the flow of conversation earlier. As your mayor made plain, you may no longer have any incentive to play along.
Hey! We've got every intention of...
There is no word that rings more hollow than the human concept of intent. Mayhaps you had best confer with the rest of your circle? Now then, my liege, let us depart once your preparations are in order.
Fine.
Who does the voice for Logr? His performance is undeniably, like, really good. Gotta give him credit where it's due. Okay. So, like, the story really took an elevation here. I'm kind of, like, neutral. I'm like, teetering on neutral to, like, not impressed. They could bring me back. I don't know if I mind Karja being Rolo just yet, but, like, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it as of now.
Something you want to make?
I need to make some medicine. I fought 2 bosses back to back. I guess I'm still interested, though, to see what they end up doing once we meet with, like, Lila, or Leela. I know they say Leela, but I don't like the way they pronounce it, so I just call her Lila.
Step.
Also, like, Adol getting... I get it, it's funny, like, oh, you can't die, Adol. There's no way Adol will die, obviously. But, like, I don't know. I feel like they should have... They should have probably made a bigger deal with Adol getting, like, stabbed in the freaking chest, whether it's, like, a little time skip, like, weeks go by or something. Like, I get that they want to just... They played it off like, oh, yeah, of course Adol can't die. Like, and obviously, you have to play the game, and they're not going to have you just play as Karja, although they could have. That would have been interesting, I guess, but... I feel like they should have played that off as a bit more of a dire situation instead of just rubbing it off as nothing.
Let's see. About time to head out.
But yeah, whatever. I'll talk to some people. How you feeling, Adol? Physically speaking, that is. Apparently he's fine if he can just move around like this. You're suddenly looking much healthier despite being in critical condition earlier. Really? The game doesn't make it seem that way. See, like, the game made it seem like it was critical, but, like, it's kind of just playing it off like, oh, yeah, like, Adol can just, you know, be on his feet like nothing. Do you suppose it's also the power of mana at work? That's a dumb explanation if that's what it is. That seems like a cop-out. Oh, Nova! Mana! Mana just does things. Dr. Flair said that was the only explanation that made sense. It's also a cop-out and lame. The fact that we gotten this far is entirely thanks to the 2 of you, so whatever decision you make, we'll respect it. But after that, well, let's just say we have our own issues to deal with. Kieran Regan. I don't recognize that name. What else does he do? Does he do anything else in, like, gaming or anime? He's probably a newer voice actor. His performance is very good as Logr. I do like his voice. He does a very good job. Can't deny that. Give me this box lunch extra large. Also, some more status items would be a good idea.
Thanks for the business.
Because you need multiple to, like, heal a status ailment, I guess.
Here you go.
Give me some milch flour.
Here you go. Anything else I can... Don't be a
stranger. Alright, where are my peeps? I want to talk to my peeps. Adol, Karja, let me tag along on this one. There's no way I'm letting the 2 of you go with that uppity scum all by yourself. Yogi. Yeah, someone's gonna have to, especially with how lost Gren and them are right now, but... I'm worried as well, but perhaps we should visit the matter once everyone's had a moment to calm down. It's also possible that since none of us are capable of using mana, we would only end up slowing them down. Sorry, you guys. Rosa, I want to thank you for saving us back there. Adol, Karja, I just remember spotting you 2 on deck of the Ironclad. Then Gren said we should go to the rescue. Everything after that was pure adrenaline. No telling where we would have washed up if we just jumped into the ocean instead. Crimson and the Sea Forest might have hunted us down even. I just have one question. You two are coming back, right? It's hard to say for sure. To be honest, the whole thing still has me a little mixed up. Yeah, it's understandable. My boy. I've given the once over to all the damaged areas. You could tell the Balta Sea-Force was really trying to sink us out there. I never had trouble mustering up the energy to make repairs after fighting the Grieger, but when I think about how these were inflicted by our old allies, it's a complicated feeling. Yeah, I feel that. I know what my pop said wasn't wrong. Is that what's really important right now? Not being wrong? You know, maybe it's not my pops or Logr that I'm so pissed off. Probably just pissed at myself for being too much of a screw-up to give a clear answer. He is relatively new voice actor. Yeah, he does good work. I like his voice. People really are powerless, huh? I like his voice delivery. Like, I like the way he delivers the lines. He does good work as Logr. Even after everything you've done for us, we just have to sit here and let this happen. Stuff like this reminds me that I'm just a kid in the end. I can't wait to finish your side quest whenever the game lets me. Alright, get me out of here. Actually, what do you have? Are there any other Revenge Gauge boost items? Ooh, give me some of these.
Here you are.
Oh, these are equipable. I don't know why I just bought like 6 of them. Verse acquired experience into crystal shards. I don't really need crystal shards.
Anything else? Call for...
I'm good. Alright, Logr. I think I'm ready. Actually, wait. Let me fish first.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
I thought they were... I was thinking at one point the twist was going to be that the Grieger were like... The Grieger generals were like right in their motives. Whatever their motives really are. I could have sworn... Like, I could have saw them doing a... Maybe they still will. Who knows? But... That's a twist I thought they were going to go with, like, as we were going through, like, Chapter 7. Like, oh, maybe the Grieger were actually, like... They have, like, decent intentions.
Yes.
Holy cow, it's a giant swordfish. It's an aquamarina. Easy S rank. Let me just save first, and I think I'm ready after that. Yeah, we're a little over 2 hours. We're doing 4 hours today because I did a shorter stream on Monday. Are you ready to embark, my liege? I am. Allow me to escort you to my flagship, the Ovaldi. This way, if you please.
Never thought I'd see the day I sailed under Grieger colors.
You and me both. It's a funny feeling for sure.
Aye. No signs of anything tricky underfoot, but that's only for the moment.
Dear, oh dear. How disheartening it is that you're so on guard, my liege. And to think, your welcome presence has me elated to the point of choking on my tears.
Quit chewing this scenery. If I really am your liege, then answer me this. Where did Other go?
He stayed behind at Grugel Fortress to deal with the Balta Sea-Force. No one else has the capacity to keep your father dearest at bay.
That just has me wondering, really. I'm really interested to see more. I'm sure we're, like, supposed to be confused on why the Balta Sea-Force is our enemies mostly. I mean, obviously Grimson said something about Rollo, and, like, if he knew all along that, like, Karja was Rollo, like, I'm really interested to see, like, what the reason was that we allied with them for so long and why he didn't do anything about that. I don't know, they could take this in a couple of different directions. I guess I'm still interested, and they can kind of bring it back.
No one else has the capacity to keep your father dearest at bay. Even I was given a good thrashing during our altercation earlier.
Grimson. He knew about this Rollo business the whole time, didn't he?
You're asking for my impression? Having reflected on Grimson's actions and the Balta Sea-Force's behavior in retrospect, I would even go so far as to say they had deliberately steered you toward awakening as Rollo.
So they were probably just, like, making us do things that would benefit them in the end the whole time, I guess?
Stow the wild guessing!
I mean, he could be right. We're all just speculating here.
My word. It should go without saying that this is merely conjecture on my part.
Conjecture that could be correct.
Save your questions for Lady Leela, perhaps, if you wish to learn more about yourself.
Leela? What's she got to do with me?
I'm afraid my lips are sealed on that matter. Why, you ask? Because it'll be far more entertaining to have you hear the answer from the woman herself.
She's linked to the Grieger somehow. On top of being the one who gave Adel the power of mana.
Yeah, I saw your message about the Grieger in the chat, and I fixed it immediately.
We're way past the point of treating her as just some person. Aye, now that you mention it. Either way, we're stuck dancing to his tune for now. We need to get something out of this. I'll be damned if we come up empty.
A sight for sore eyes. At last, we enter the Marine Triangle.
The White Shade! That time we entered it from the north had us wandering blindly, unable to tell left from right. That giant crystal. Is it the same as the one you gave Gren?
The Sunstone. It is an ancient tool that locates the position of the sun, directing you to your port of call. Once upon a time, the Normans developed a variety of techniques to aid their forays into the great blue unknown. Sunstones, fashioned out of a mineral known as Silverberg, are among their antique creations.
That's so. Hold, if you're the one making the fog, then why even bother with this thing? That's so. Hold on a second. If you're the one making the fog, then why even bother with this thing?
I just figured I'd have them repeat the lines.
From our perspective, humans are helpless, fleeting creatures. I find it oddly endearing how such a species employs their ingenuity toward invention in their struggle to survive. You could consider this my way of paying homage to that.
Can't say I follow.
Aha! In more pertinent news, I do believe our destination is in sight. Over yonder is Serenez Island, where Lady Leela resides.
Serenez Island. Oh, we got a plot dump on the way. So that's where she's been?
But why here, of all places?
The reefs surrounding the shore prevent the Uvolti from venturing any closer. Apologies, my liege, but you will have to make the rest of the journey by rowboat.
Huh? You aren't coming along?
I shall be following you in short order. In spite of appearances, my duties are many.
Not sure what to think. Not him. Ever since we met, I've wanted to learn more about myself. Something inside me always had a hunch that I wasn't normal. But this is just too much. And Grimson, he never told me a word about it. Is it because he knew this would happen? Or even worse?
You're asking for my impression? How having reflected on Grimson's actions and the Balta Sea Force's behavior in retrospect, I would even go so far as to say they had deliberately steered you toward awakening as Rolo.
I want to know Grimson's side of it, I guess. I want to know a lot of
Grimson's
things.
side? Don't know if there's any excuse out there that can justify setting your own daughter up.
I mean, yeah, there's not, but like, I really want to know his side and why he did it. Twitch is going down a lot. It's like a lot more than I would like. I honestly am, if it happens again or like more, I'm honestly just gonna end stream because I really don't like. The worst time for it to happen is during all the story stuff. Really, I'm interested if it's like something on my end or not because like, I mean, I don't know. It's really weird.
I won't let this go without giving him a good slugging. Mind tagging along when I do?
I mean, I'm kind of forced to. Not that I wouldn't otherwise.
Aye. Alright. Thanks. I feel better now. We can go ashore on that beach up ahead. Just keep rowing forward.
I think Karja forgets about the cuffs a bit more than I realize.
So this is Serenez Island. Feels more like it's Howard. Not sure where Leela is. But for now, the only way to go is around and up.
Adol?
We meet again.
It's me. Layla, why are you here?
We come to rescue you.
Thank you. But please, take caution. Come. Quickly.
Lila's voice grows fainter and fainter until eventually she can no longer be heard.
Cut off again, huh? Think it's safe to say we're in the right place, though.